Axie fam is in the house. What's up, Axie fam? Put the green screen back up. We got a haircut and we're back. Things are changing. Alright, so let's get into it. Look. There's all these changes here. Look, Origin Season 3. Welcome to the rare era. 1 hour ago, I knew I shut down my computer and I was like, because I have nothing to do and it's like 8 or 9 o'clock and I'm just gonna go to bed and like watch Deadpool for the 3,000th time. I guarantee that there's an update. And there was. It was like, what? So Origin Season 3 starts today after maintenance concludes. Players now earn double SLP rewards and 50% more moon shards per victory. This is to encourage people to burn more SLP because they have to earn moon shards to burn SLP through crafting, right? So Season 3 comes with a variety of balancing changes, including new runes and charms. So there's some pretty cool stuff. We might have some videos coming out. I haven't decided if I want to release any of them because almost in like all my playtesting, I found like a game-breaking bug. So I'm not gonna share a lot of those just because I feel like that goes against me as a contributor to the Axie economy. Welcome to Season 3. Axie Infinity Origin Season 3 is here. The season comes with updates that'll make Oleg proud, including a juiced up SLP Moonshot reward system, more concentrated access leaderboard rewards, no longer paying below 20,000. So everybody from 20,000 to 40k, that's broken up and paid into top 20k. So let's dive in. The leaderboards, first place. So if you notice, if you look at this chart right here, it says day 7, day 21, day 42. So they did something, they really listened to the community here. We really liked the first 3 eras, but the 4th era was a snooze fest. 3 eras now. First place, 548 AXS. Dang, that's crazy. Ooh, 1.2 million AXS. MAXS, right? 1.8 million MAXS, so that converts to 1,800 AXS. That's some pretty big rewards. 40th place, 103 AXS, 0.7 AXS for those of y'all 10,000 to 20,000th place. I don't think I did very well this season. I think I got like 1.5 AXS or something. Plant cards update. So Poppy, there's gonna be a big update. So there's so many game breaking things in Origins. This season is gonna be it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. So Poppy now gives you 2 leaves, and you can retain it. Every additional retained turn is 1 additional leaf. Cap of 3 bonus leaves, so it can give 5 total after being retained for 3. Herbivore now can target any enemy, heal 15 HP to itself all the time, not only if it's asleep, right? So if it has sleep, then it applies sleep for 5 turns. So I've seen I've played some games where I've gotten somebody up to 9 turns of sleep, which doesn't mean anything, not really. It just means the next card they get wakes them up. But it's funny to see like 9 turns of sleep. So that's with Watermelon Seed, right? So a Silence Whisper 55 healing now. It says target any ally for 3 turns. The poison is healed instead of losing the damage, and then it goes away. So half the length of the previous version. Rosa randomly deal 2 hits. If initial, each hit apply 2 sleep for 3 turns. Okay, so they did change this a little bit. We were hoping they would add Banish, but instead of them adding Banish, they gave it back the if initial. It was really busted for them to like use a Rosa at the end of the turn. It was so busted. Sakura now does 8 HP healing. Rosebud now gives 2 cleansers. Strawberry Shortcake is now based off the healing of the card itself. So if you have the plant charm that gives it +7, then it would be 47, but so are the 2 strawberries that you get, right? So 150 HP healing for 2 energy is not bad, and you can use it over different targets, which is what makes it really great, right? So Watermelon Seed says target any enemy. That's always. This card is going to be this is a big improvement to the card's base stats, like being able to just like hit that guy. You know, like how they gave Chomp the like built-in rocket stamp effect out the gate. That was such a good improvement. Watermelon, so it applies sleep to them if they're sleeping for 5 turns. Biden's now heals for 60, cleanses once, and gives them 2 leaves, right? No, sorry, it cleanses the target 2 times. Woo! Okay, so that can remove 8 stacks. So very, very good. Carrot Hammer, gain 1 energy fragment. Bonus 1 if this Axie's HP is not full. So if it has damage, get the bonus, right? So it can give 3 max. Well, 4 if it's on a blunt teeth Axie. Potato Leaf, if attacked, this is target ally next turn. When that target is attacked, apply sleep to the attacker for 3 turns. Very strong card. I didn't think this card was going to be that big of a deal. Theban talked about using it on a kind of pseudo Terminator, where you had a potato Terminator. I don't remember what they nicknamed it, but I was really fearful at first, and then not. But now that I've played against it and people are actually utilizing it because how sleep can stack, it's very good. When you attack, it forces you to burn a card, basically, because the length of the sleep is long enough to where it matters. Plant runes. It's the way of the plant. It says, when the battle starts, this Axie gets 2 leaf. This Axie's base HP is increased by 8%. So if you have Gaia's Embrace on the back, it's plus 40. And you have Wave the Plant, so it's getting plus 8 and plus 8% and 40. I don't know which one goes first. I'm hoping 40 and then plus 8. I guess it's about the same. So 2 leaves, so it's going to be gaining 8 HP per turn as long as it has those leaves. So that's kind of cool too. Memento Leaf, this Axie summon get 14 bonus HP. Whenever a summon belonging to this Axie dies, gets 1 leaf. Miracle Leaf, solo, when it gain 1 leaf when your turn starts. This Axie's attack deal 1 bonus damage per leaf. If this Axie has at least 5 leaf before attacking, its attacks also do a bonus 20. This one can be insane. I have a video. We've been working on it. I have a couple of plants that I bought. Triple Owl Miracle Leaf is a thing. Hitting for 360 damage for 1 energy. It's a thing. Leaf Cloak. So whenever hit, this Axie has leaf. It takes 20% less damage. And then it loses 1 leaf. Then grants 1 leaf to other allies. Otherwise, it gets 2 leaves. So if it gets hit and it has none, it gets 2. If it gets hit and it has some, it gives them to the allies and then takes reduced damage and reduces its own leaf count. Rise and Ruin. So this I cannot wait for me. I can't wait to come out with this video. Y'all are going to love that video. I have... This thing is nuts. Okay, so solo, before the turn starts, add 1 Forest Breath. And Forest Breath says heal all for 20, cleanse once, right? So not that big of a deal. But it also says once per turn, when an ally is cleansed, add 1 Forest Wrath to your hand. Forest Wrath is like a 70 or 80 damage spell that has retain, but it deals 10 bonus damage for every Forest Wrath in your hand. So every turn, you could add 1 to your hand in theory. So eventually you could have, say, 10 of these, and it'd be, 200, 190, 180 down the line or whatever. Gaia's Embrace, solo. All allied Axies get 40 bonus HP. When your turn starts, all allied Axies gain 1% of their max HP, so 4 HP typically. Healing Pulse. Now this one is very good. Says this Axie heals 20% bonus HP. It was 20 flat, now it's 20%. It says of the HP. It says this Axie. I'm excited. This Axie heals 20% bonus HP. Overheal amount is granted as a shield, and it also deals that damage to a random enemy. So if you have Cattail healing for 60, it heals for a bonus 20. And then if you're fully healing an Axie over 40, or healing, say you heal a full HP Axie with a heal with Healing Pulse, it will shield him for 60 and deal 60 to an enemy. Very good value. Very hard to use. We bought a couple of plants just for that. but we'll have to see how that one works out. So we have Plant Charms 2, Vitality is HP 10, Charm of Faith 1, 1 potential point, heal stat 7, Charm of Vitality 2, 3 potential points required. Axie's HP is plus 20, but card base stat minus 10%. 2 potential points, Plant's Charm of Faith 2, heal stat plus 13. This Axie's HP minus 6, very good on Strawberry Shortcake. Secret Sprout, enhance any card. On draw, this Axie recovers 10 HP, 3 potential points, right? 4 potential points, Leafy Pot. After it says alter any card, this card gives allies 1 leaf when played, not itself. Ancient Root says 4 potential points, add retain. If retain, it gets 1 leaf when they play the card that was retained. Red Sage, 4 potential points required. This is alter, heal, and shield cards. Cards base stat plus 20%. The cards cleanses the target 1 time. And here's the interesting addition right here. Oak Bud, 4 potential points required. Coming in at Mystic, right, with Red Sage. Alternate attack and shield cards. Shield cards heal the target equal to 30% of the shields granted. Attack card heals the owner equal to 30% of unblocked damage. So this can give some of your high damage cards, like Beach, a very strong healing add-on, right? So increase the value, right? It's a pseudo old version of Rise and Ruin on a charm, right? The Beast cards. Puppy, remove 1 curse card from your deck, gain 1 rage. So, big change here. 1 energy. Goda now gets the always removes 1 energy fragment and puts the wood in their deck for 60 damage for 1 energy. Believer now only 30 damage, but before attacking, consume up to 3 rages instead of 2. Still do 2 hits. Deal 30% bonus damage per rage consumed. So this goes very well with Little Branch, right? Little Branch get 3 rages, then you Believer. Believer hits for huge. Cottontail, the change here, they reduce the shards that can be consumed. They reduce the healing that it can do. It's 5 HP, so it can 5 times 7 is the max that can heal, plus the 5 initial. But still get the energy fragment. Gerbil, 55 damage, 1 energy. Target any enemy if the target doesn't have a secret. Deal 15 bonus damage. Otherwise, remove 1 secret from the target. So Hair Dagger, I think, is going to be a key player. Well, I thought it was going to be, so I bought some Axies, but that was very speculative because they nerfed Scotch Tape, and we'll see that later on. 1 energy, 70 damage. Deal 10 bonus damage per card in your opponent's hand. So if they have 3 Scotch Tapes on each of their Axies, and they each have a card with retain, so they're retaining 9 cards or something per turn, and they're whatever. Plus 100 bonus damage if they didn't play any cards. Say they have the Winghorn bug and it draws all the cards. Then you would Hair Dagger for 170 damage. Beast Runes, Way of the Beast. When the battle starts, this Axie gains 1 rage. This Axie's attack deal 15% bonus damage. Dominant Predator. This Axie's single attacks apply bleed for 2 turns. If the target doesn't have bleed, and then against bleeding enemies, its attacks deal 10% bonus damage, then heals 12 HP to itself. Reckless Hunter. This one's gonna... Reckless Hunter. This actually deals 25% bonus damage, but also takes 15% bonus damage. Let's see the beast with sandal start appearing out of the woodworks. The little peas, Reckless Hunter, sandals. Glorious Mane. We gotta hope... Solo. This Axie's attack no longer grant energy fragments, but their base damage increased by 6% per energy spent whenever this Axie attacks. So as of right now, as it stands, this is cumulative, right? It's compounds. We have a screenshot on our Twitter where we hit somebody with like a 292 damage attack. Like, sweet. Penguin Scale Solo. This Axie takes 18% less damage but cannot gain shield. Endless Anger. So solo, when your turn starts, this Axie gains 2 rage. Rage on this Axie now grants 2 bonus damage per stack. Brutal Claw. So this is new. Solo, against targets with less than 6 bleed turns, this Axie's single and AoE attacks, so not multi-hit, double the bleed on the targets. If they have 6 bleed stacks, it creates a Bloodstorm. Bloodstorm is remove 3 of those blood stacks, or those bleed stacks, to do 15 pure damage to all. I don't know if it's all Axies or all enemies, but it's one of those two. Beast Charms, 1 potential point, 6 damage. 1 potential point, 3 to multi-hit and AoE. Charm of Power 2 is 2 potential points, attack plus 11, HP minus 6. Charm of Focus 2 is attack plus 5 and HP minus 6, but that's multi-hit, right? So they could go on your Belieber. So you're getting double the value right there. Beast Energy Drink M, 3 potential points required. Increase the attack by 20%, but add unstable. Sorry, I'm blocking it with my face. 4 potential points required. Energy Drink S. This Axie gains 2 rage. Add Degrade. Mask of Frenzy. Other Axies gain 1 rage. 4 potential points instead of 5. Hidden Razor, 4 potential points. If the target has no more than 4 bleed turns, this card applies 1 grievous wounds. Otherwise, applies bleed for 2 turns. So Hidden Razor, very, very strong. But we'll not see that for like a month, right? Because these are in the Mystics. Mad Moon Mask. Alter any attack cards. This card cannot generate energy fragment. Card's base attack plus 25%. So put that on your Lion's Mane guy that already has that same effect on him, and then you make your attack stronger for no drawback, right? Aqua cards update. Clear. Excuse me. Clear. Now it has unstable, right? If draw pile has no less than 2 cards, draw 2 cards, then discard 2. I hate this change to clear. It is a super big nerf. And the way it works is if you use it and you have 1 or 0 cards left in your draw pile, it doesn't work. It just turns into the confused card. Nemo, 1 energy, 50 shields. Target ally gain 1 energy fragment per Nemo card in your deck. Cap at 3 bonus, so you can get 4 total for playing it. Sponge, 3 potential points. 3 energy required. 50 shield to all allies. Has retained. Target ally convert all bubble into bubble bomb. Big change there though. 10 shields less on all Axies. Koi, we got a little reduction to the damage on Koi. Very needed because with the setups you can do. I have a little video on Twitter. If you want to go check it out, where I hit somebody with a 201 damage Koi. Aqua Runes, Way of the Aquatic. When the battle starts, this Axie gains 1 bubble. When the I had an accent there. We're moving on. Blunt Teeth. This Axie's attack cards deal 15% loan. Tired. This Axie's attack cards deal 15% less damage, but gain 1 bonus energy frag. I think this is more worth it than it was before at minus 33%. Hardy Warrior Solo. This Axie deals 25% bonus damage if the target's HP is greater than 50%. Otherwise, it deals 15% bonus damage. So it doesn't just become 0 beneficial. You do have the bonus 15% damage. Calcium Armor. Solo, when your turn starts, this Axie gains shield equal to 10% of his max HP, around 40 usually. Giant Bubble. Solo, add 1 giant bubble to your deck. They changed the way the bubbles work. They made a giant bubble actually function, because previously it didn't matter if it got all the way to the maximum cost of 3. It didn't give you 4 per energy cost. It would only give you a bubble. It would bust. So, but now it's functioning. So now getting multiple bubble bombs and getting multiple bubbles at the same time works correctly. Heart of the Ocean. Solo, when your turn starts, this Axie gets 1 bubble. Bubble bomb is detonated by this Axie. Deal 1.5 damage, so it does 32 instead of 24. Bloodlust. Mythic. Bloodlust is back. Solo, this Axie single attack still 15 HP. Its AoE and multi-hit still 5 HP per hit. Aqua cards, Charm of Power 1, 6. Charm of Focus 1, plus 3 to multi-hit and AoE. Charm of Power 2, plus 11, but minus 6 to its HP. Aquatic Charm of Focus 2, 2 potential points. Gives it plus 5 to your multi-hit and your AoE. To your Ranchu and stuff like that. But you can also use it on Puffy, or Baby attack. Aquatic Energy S. This Axie gains 2 bubble, but add degrade. So if you don't use it, it turns into the Confused card. Bubble base, 4 potential points required. Other allied Axies gain 1 bubble. Sticky Octopus, if retained, gets 1 bonus energy. 4 potential points required, but also as retain. 4 potential points required. Paralyzing Jellyfish, it makes the card add a Jinx, but at the drawback of minus 10% to the card's base stat. Exploding Bombshell, so this is a new one. They renamed this, but this gives the attack a splash damage, but you can only use it on single attack cards. You're going to use it on like Koi, you're going to use it on like maybe like on Orenda, probably on Risky Fish because it does the most damage, and it splashes percentage. So when you're hitting with Koi for 201, then it's splashing 20% of that to other Axies. So for you do 40 200. It's very good, but it's also a mythic. Reptile Topaz got a buff. Base stat plus 15. Now it's 30, right? So now it also gets 15 bonus damage per card in your banish pile. Cap at 120 bonus damage. 1 energy. 150 damage, 155, 65, 75, depending on your runes and stuff, but yeah, pretty good. Swirl, they cut the Confused in half, and they doubled the healing, so they can't lock their opponent. There still might be some ways when you have like 6 energy and you have like 6 swirls, I guess. Bumpy now gives 8 shields whenever card is cast, but it can target any ally. Cerastes, target any ally. The next time it gets attacked, deal 85 damage to the attacker. So I'm hoping they change this so it can stack, right? It needs some tweaking. Snake Jar, big change. Now it says target any allied Axie. If the target has less than 300, apply Snake Jar. So a lot easier to get the trigger off. Reptile runes, wave the reptile. When the battle starts, this Axie gains 2 spike. When your turn ends, this Axie is healed for 5% of its max HP. Poison Touch. Poison Touch is very in the middle of a big issue right now. Very, very, very strong. It says when this Axie gets hit, apply 1 poison to the attacker. This Axie takes 1% less damage for each poison stack on the attacker. Cap at 15% bonus damage. So it used to be 2. Now it's 1. It is very good. You get to the cap damage reduction very quickly. Looks like they reduced it a little bit from 20 to 15. It was very good. Shell Shock, big change. Moved to solo. Moved up a rarity. So solo, whenever a secret on your ally is triggered, deal 15 pure damage to all enemy Axies. Then heal 15 HP to this Axie. Prehistoric, very strong. Now you get, when your turn starts, this Axie gains 1 spike. Spike on this Axie grant 3 bonus blood spike. But also, whenever it's hit, it gains 10 HP. Very good against AoE. Very, very good against AoE. Venom Master. Solo, this Axie's attacks deal 15% less damage and apply 1 poison per hit. Add 1 Venom Burst to your deck. Now, Venom Burst is a 3 energy card with a retain that says deal 8 pure damage per poison stack on an Axie. And then it disperses those poison stacks to its allies. So if it has 40 and you hit it with this, it's going to do 8 times 40, 320 damage. Pure damage under shields. And then all those poison stacks will be split evenly to the other enemies, right? If it dies, though, at this current stage, the poison stacks don't get put on other things, so it has to live with a little bit of HP. Regenerator, solo, when your turn starts, cleanse this Axie one time. If this Axie's HP is above 75%, cleanse another time. Otherwise, heal 10% of its max HP. Paralyzing Glare. I hope they fix this. Before we get there, because it was like doing the damage once, twice, 3 times total. Like, it was applying the damage too many times. Solo, this Axie's debuff abilities apply doubt for 2 turns, then deal pure damage equal to 3 plus the total of debuff stacks and debuff turns on the target to all enemy Axies. It is insanely good, and it is busted. We'll see when we get there. Right, because we have some time, because it's a couple weeks away. Reptile Charm of Vitality 1, 2 potential points required, HP plus 10, Endurance 1 potential point plus 7 shield, 3 potential points for Vitality 2, it's HP plus 20, but card base stat minus 10%. Reptile Charm of Endurance 2, shield plus 13, but HP minus 6. Only 2 potential points required. Viper's Venom. This card applies 1 poison to the target's bonus 1 poison if the target has less than 15 poison. So it'd give 2. At some point, only give 1 bonus poison. Gecko Mask. Alter any card. Now you can use it on non-attack cards, which is very good. You could use it on your Gecko. Gecko Eyes is now an attack card, I guess. But you could use it on your Bone Sail. You could use it on your Indian Star. Applies Taunt for 2 turns if they do not have Taunt. And then gets 1 spike. Sticky Lizard. Enhance any card. Add Retain. If played after it's been retained, heal this Axie for 5% of its max HP. 4 potential points required. Now here's a weird one. Reptile Energy Drink M. This card makes its owner lose 15 HP and gain 6 blood spike when played. Now that's every time it gets played, it's going to lose 15 HP. So if you put this on something like Green Thorns is going to heal for 20 and you'll lose 15. So you only gain 5 HP, but then you would get 6 blood spike. So when it dies, do that true damage. Glove of Infection. 4 potential points required. At Mystic, the card applies 4 bonus poison per energy cost to 1 random enemy Axie. This used to be called Venom Splash, but now it's called Glove of Infection. Just like kind of gross. Bird cards update. Hungry Bird always gets the steal, even if it's not initial, and now it removes 1 curse card from your deck. So a little bit of a nerf. They rolled back the 2/1. Pink Cheek. If your draw pile has no less than 2 cards, draw 2 cards, then discard 2. Unstable. So you have to have cards in your deck. You have to have 2 cards in your deck minimum to use it. Winghorn. 2 energy, 40 damage. Randomly deal 3 hits whenever Winghorn kills a target or hits a target with less than 50% HP. Add 2 Feather Dagger to your hand. People are kind of upset that did not get a change. Got a slight nerf, but still going to be a significant player. Eggshell. 35 damage. Deal 2 hits. Apply Eggshell to self for 3 turns. I'm against this. I don't understand why they nerfed the Eggshell protection. Maybe Mavis is very powerful, and we don't know. Pigeon Post. 1 energy, 55 damage. If initial, add 1 blackmail to your opponent's draw pile. Otherwise, add it to your opponent's discard pile. So if you draw this card with a draw effect, you get the blackmail, but it goes in their discard, right? Kingfisher. 1 energy. Says target an ally. Next time the target gets attacked, deal 85 damage to the attacker. So same here. Tri-Feather. Randomly deal 3 hits. All allied Axies gain 1 feather per unique enemy hit. So they rolled back the damage here a little bit on the Tri-Feather. Base damage is now 17 from 25. Bird Runes. Wave the bird. When the battle starts, this Axie gains 2 feather. This Axie's attacks deal 15% bonus damage. Frail Egg, and this one wasn't working in the testing, and I hope they fixed it. It says, when your turn starts, randomly apply Weak for 3 turns to an enemy Axie that doesn't have Weak. This is going to be very good with my strategy that I have going. Energy Guru, solo, when your turn starts, even round, gain 1 energy fragment. This Axie's attack deals 7 damage per their energy cost to all enemy Axies. Does not hit minions. Sharp Talon, big buff though, from 4 to 3, or went from 4 to wait, what did we go? 6 went from 6 to 4 to 7. Sharp Talon solo against enemies that have no shield. This Axie's attack deal 25% bonus damage. That's huge. 15% bonus damage otherwise. Sacred Feather solo once per turn. If this Axie would die, it survives with 1 HP. Then it is healed 5% of its max HP for each of its feathers. Afterwards, deal 20 damage to all enemies. Feather Descent says, solo, when your turn starts, this Axie gains 1 feather. At 10 stacks, add Feather Dagger to your hand until it is full. When your turn starts, this Axie loses 1 feather per Feather Dagger added. So, no change here, but I think it should be at the end of your turn. I don't know how. There's a way they could fix this, but there's a problem with it. Is if you have 9 feathers, you have no cards in hand, then you get a bunch of feathers. I think they wanted to change it to where you draw your regular cards, and then the effect would happen, and then you would draw your feathers, right? Raven's Tactic solo. When your turn starts, this Axie consumes all feathers itself to heal 2 HP per feather. Each hit of this Axie in a turn increases the damage of its next hit by 15%. Cap at 45. And I think they originally had this to where it would be like plus 15, plus 30, plus 45, and then end of the turn it'd reset. Right? So it's gonna be plus 15, plus 30, plus 45, reset. So we'll have to see how this one turns out and how useful that is. Bird Charms. Charm of Focus 1, attack plus 4. Charm of Power 1, attack plus 5. Enhance multi-hit AoE, attack plus 6. HP minus 6. 2 potential points required. Power 2 is only 9 damage. Right? I'm seeing this new Storm Shuriken. That's interesting. Secret Egg, same here. 3 if you draw it. Do 3 to all enemies. Energy Drink is the same. Gains 2 feather. Has degrade. Feather Fan, 4 potential points required. This card grants other allied Axies 1 feather when played. Flamingo Hammer, same thing here. Attack, said enhance any attack card. Deal 10% bonus damage against enemies affected by weak. Attacks play weak for 2 turns. So could be very handy to go with the new bird rune, right? Alright, now on the new one, Storm Shuriken. Alter single attack card. The card deals 40% damage to another target. So you can't use it on Grandma's fan. Or sorry, Feather Fan. You can't. Because it's only for single attack cards. So all out shot. You know, it's probably going to be your bet. So you're going to do like 110. And then you'll do like a residual like 35, 45. It's pretty good. Pretty good damage. Bug cards update. Neo. Look at the top 4 cards of your opponent's draw pile. You may discard 1, then banish. So extra card is so nice. It says Nerdy, same thing as Clear and Pink Cheeks. If your draw pile has no less than 2 cards, draw 2, discard 2. Otherwise, does nothing. Right? Have to have 2 cards. Scry 2 cards. If discarded, at least 1 skill card or secret card while scrying, gain 2 fragments. So you look at the top 2. Either of them's a secret. You put them both in your discard pile. Get 2 energy fragments. And then it's banished, right? Tassels. The big change to Tassels. So Tassels builds up a counter. It goes to 300. After that, its shield cards will do 35% of the base damage to all enemies. Right, but now, it's when this Axie uses a shield card. Oh, I guess they changed it back. Oh, that's interesting. They had taken it away to where it had to shield allies and couldn't shield itself. But it looks like they took that back. So, Parasite, 1 energy, 60 damage. Look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's draw pile. You may discard 1. You get to look at 3 instead of 2. Buzz, attack all enemies. Bonus 6 damage per card. Discarded or banished by either player this turn. The banished is relevant. That makes Buzz like incidentally better. Huh, I like that. They did reduce the cap from 35 to 30 again. Alright, so bug runes. Wave the bug. Start with 2 cocoon. 15 bonus shield. Vault builder. When your turn starts, get 1 shield for your draw pile. When your turn ends, get 3 shield for each card in your discard pile. Very valuable rune to get early. Leech. Solo, when your turn starts, this Axie steals 40% of the shield from the enemy Axie with the highest shield. If no enemy Axie has shield, it steals 6 HP from all Axies instead. Sturdy Fighter. Solo, single attacks consume 25% of this Axie's current shield and deal bonus damage equal to 3 times the amount. This season's gonna be crazy. Alright, Fate Maker. I tried Fate Maker. I think it needs a buff. Solo, when you're Solo, enemy cards discarded by this Axie have their stat reduced by 10%. Your cards discarded by this Axie have their stat increased by 10%. Oh, they did buff it. Before, it could only do it once per game. But it's 15%, but once per game. So now, so imagine this. You use Parasite, and on the top of their deck is like Sheba or Little Branch or something along those lines. Some 2-cost card with lots of damage. It would reduce it by 10 when it gets put into the discard pile permanently for the rest of the match. And then if it uses a card like it's like draw 2, discard 2, those 2 cards you discarded would also. But I believe this can only happen once per turn. But that was in the testing, so it looks like they gave this a huge buff. That's actually really exciting. Metamorphosis. Solo, when your turn starts, this Axie gains 2 cocoon and deals damage equal to 5% of its shield per cocoon stack to all enemy Axies. So they nerfed this. I was playing this and I won like, I don't know how many games I won in a row with this. And all I had to do was shield my back Axie as much as I could. And then like my opponent just could not keep up. Because it could retain them all, right? And it would do 10% of its shield per cocoon. So 10 cocoon, 100% of its shield. It was nuts. Collect and protect. Solo, when your turn starts during odd rounds, draw 1 additional card. When your turn starts during even rounds, this actually gains 60 shield. Alright, Bug Charms. Shield stat plus 8, 1 potential point. 1 potential point, charm power. Attack plus 5, 2 potential points required. Endurance 2. Shield plus 15, HP minus 6. Charm of power 2. Enhance any attack card. Attack plus 9, HP minus 6. Trickster card. On draw, grant 10 shield to this Axie. I think this needs a little bit of a buff. Enhance any attack card. Attack base minus 50%, but this Axie gains 50 shield. So using this on like Square Teeth, it does 12.5. Shields 50, but still has a bonus effect, right? Secret Cocoon. This Axie gains 2 cocoon whenever it uses the card, right? Lazy Snail. Enhance any attack card. This shuffles 1 goo into your opponent's discard pile. So that's a bit of a nerf to Lazy Snail. Now you can only use it on attack cards, right? Mantis Dagger. Alter any attack card. This card discards 1 random card in your opponent's hand or discard pile. What? Draw pile. Sorry. So if they have no cards in their hand, it would discard a card from the top of their deck. Interesting. Dusk Runes. Dusk Flame. Before the battle starts, add 1 purge to your deck. This Axie's cards gain 10% bonus stat for the rest of the battle. Cursed Ritual. When your turn ends, the closest enemy Axie takes 5 damage per cursed card in deck, capped at 25, but you can have 3 of those. 75 damage free every turn. A Wicked Ward. Solo. Whenever an allied Axie plays a card that applies a curse, all allied Axies gain 12 shield. So I never got around to testing this to see if like ear breathing and like sticky goo and like lagging and stuff like that triggered the Wicked Ward. But Moonlight Thief. Solo. When your turn starts, if you have less energy fragments from your opponent, steal 1. When your turn ends, this Axie gains 4 times the number of energy fragments. Malediction solo. This Axie deals 15% bonus damage to debuffed enemies, and it takes 15% damage from debuffed enemies. Gloomy Dice solo. When your turn starts during odd rounds, randomly apply Hex or Fear to all enemy Axies for 3 turns. Here's the last one, Soul Eater. So this one needs changed. I'm gonna say that out the gate. I tried this a lot. Solo, when played, this Axie's abilities consume 66 HP from an ally with the lowest HP and gain permanent 6% base stat. As of right now, and before the patch, it's kind of like Lion's Mane, but it was draining 66 HP from an ally, right? But it was only doing it for like the card you were playing and not the base stats like Glorious Mane was doing, right? Dawn Runes. I think I just realized Glorious Mane was Glorious. No, Glorious Mane was there. Dawn Runes. Before the battle starts, add 1 Purify to your deck. This Axie's cards gain 10% bonus stat for the rest of the battle. Arcane Protection. Take 5% less damage per buff or secret on this Axie. Solo. This Axie's healing and shielding cards gain 15% bonus stats and apply 1 cleanser to the target. So no changes there. Healing Force solo. When your turn starts, heal all Axies for 8 HP instead of 4. Then deal 4 damage per allied unit to all enemies. So you can have 3 summons, 3 Axies, 6. You could be doing quite a bit of damage very quickly. 74 free damage per turn or something like that, right? To each, right? Every turn. If you had 3 summons. Cat is shedding. Heaven's Echo solo. If this Axie had attacked in the turn, other allied Axies deal 20% bonus damage until the turn ends. If it had used a skill card instead, other allied Axies gain 20 shield. So it looks like a little bit of a nerf. It doesn't shield summons anymore, but a little bit of a buff, a little bit of a tweakage there. 5% on the damage and a little bit more shield, right? 5 bonus shielding. Holy Prayer solo. When your turn starts, remove up to 2 curses from your deck. While there are no curses in your deck, your Axie's cards gain 10% bonus stats. I think that's all Axies, though. Maybe not, though. Maybe it's only one. Celestial Might solo. When played, this Axie's abilities have 25% bonus stat bonus, but banished after playing 2 times. I've been playing this. Go check out my Twitter if you want to go check that out. Link in the description. Check out the video where I'm using that. It's so dope. Mech Runes. Trap Nullifier. Before the turn starts, add 1 Detect to your deck. This Axie does 10% bonus damage for the rest of the battle. Steel Skin. This Axie takes 10 less damage per hit. Zap Armor. This Axie deals 20% bonus damage and takes 20% less damage when it's shielded. Oh, a little bit of a change up there. Lens of Truth solo. This Axie's attack cards remove 1 secret from its target. Still 20% bonus damage against enemies with no secret. Adaptive Program solo. This Axie gains 25% bonus shield from cards. Whenever this Axie gains at least 99 shield, gain 2 energy fragments. Shield Backup solo. When this Axie's shield cards This Axie's shield cards gain 20% bonus shield. This Axie takes 20% less damage when it is shielded. When your opponent's turn ends, this Axie retains 50% of its shield. Now, Last Stand, the new one. Solo. Once per battle, if this Axie would die, it otherwise survives with 1 HP until the end of your next turn with 1 HP, right? Becomes immortal, so it won't die to poison on your upkeep. It won't die to bleed or burn or any of those. It'll die at the end of your next turn. Like, can't stop that. But neutral. Mini Legion, a little bit of a buff. This Axie summons gain 8 bonus HP. Thick Shield, same. 10% bonus shield. Tough Strike, 10% bonus damage. Leftover Potion, 3% of its max HP. Pure Power. Other allied Axie's attack cards have 10% bonus stat. So it doesn't say class specific. So it can be used for like anything, right? Pure Skill. Other allied Axie's healing and shielding cards have 10% bonus stat when played. So it's kind of a sustain oriented build. Now, Energy Shard. Big change up. Now it's a solo. When your battle starts, gain 1 energy fragment. per unique Axie class in your team. Whenever you create an energy burst, all allied Axies heal 40 HP. So you can start off your match with 3 shards, but this is not going to be in the first 7 days though, right? So pure luck. So this is a new one. I didn't get to play around with this, but when your turn starts, if you have at least 2 curse cards in your hand or draw pile, draw 1 additional card. Otherwise, this Axie's card still 15% bonus stats. So, oh, I got a card. Or, ooh, bonus damage. Last Wish, solo. This Axie gains 30 bonus max HP. When this Axie dies, deals 8% of its HP, is granted as shield to other allied Axies, and dealt as damage to all enemy Axies. So, doesn't hit summons, doesn't shield summons. 10 less health than before. I guess they didn't want it to be on par with Gaia's Embrace, and that with Gaia's Embrace was just a little too much. Pure Instinct solo. Other allied Axies cards have 10% bonus stat when played. This effect is increased by 5% per unique class Axie in your team. So you could have 25 from Pure Instinct, and you could have 25 from the Dawn one, and then a 10 one from Pure Power. You could have plus 60 bonus. Shade Exchange solo until round 3. When your turn ends, lose up to 2 energy fragments. After round 3, when your turn starts, gain 3 energy fragments. Neutral Charms, White Sage, card base stat minus 15%. Add a Cleanse. Black Sage, add Dispel. This is new. Alright, Lens of Revelation, alter a single attack card, remove 1 secret, base stat minus 15%. Okay, so they had these, but they were like punishing. Alter healing and shielding cards, remove 1 curse. Okay. Pre-order tag should increase the base stats. This is so bad. Scotch tape, now 5 potential points instead of 4. You're going to see a lot less of these on Axies. Energy drink S, add degrade. Cards base stat plus 20%. Energy drink M, add banish. Cards base stat plus 25%. Earth stamp. This card targets a random enemy. Moon stamp targets second close, minus 10% of the base stats. Sun stamp at 3 potential points required. Targets the furthest enemy. Rocket stamp can target any enemy or ally. Okay, so let's go over these a little bit. Forest Breath. Forest Breath, 1 energy. 20 heal. Heal and cleanse all allied Axies. If there is at least 1 non-debuffed allied Axie, apply sleep for 3 turns to a random enemy Axie. Forest Wrath, like I said, target an enemy, deal 70 damage. Bonus 10 per Forest Wrath in your hand, then banish. Venom Burst, to target an enemy, deal 8 pure damage per poison stack on the target, then remove and equally spread its poison stack to other enemy Axies, then banish. Giant Bubble now shields everybody for 10. So retain an 8. It should shield all allies. Allied Axies gain 4 bubbles per energy spent. So it gives 4 base, or it gives 0 base, then 4, 8, and then 12 max. So it gives you 2 bubbles and some change. Detect 0 energy. With retain, target any enemy, deal 10 damage, and remove 1 secret from the target. Purge. Target any enemy, deal 10 damage, and dispel the target one target, and then dispel the target 1 time. Retain, target any ally, remove 1 curse card from your deck, then cleanse the target 1 time. All really useful. So Challenger Decay. Here are the 2 new changes that will make Origins gameplay even more competitive in Season 3. Extended Elo for Season 3. When at least 1 challenger is present in a match, the Elo system will apply to both players instead of just the challenger. This change enables non-challengers to receive the full MMR gain on a win and reduced MMR reduction on a loss. Challenger Decay. Players in the Challenger rank now need to play 5 games, previously 1, to avoid decay. This change is being made to encourage players to defend their positions on the leaderboard. Coupled with the higher rewards per victory, we believe there will be faster queue times and more players at the Challenger level this season. We'll be watching the data closely to await the results. Stamina and match reward system rework. We made key adjustments to the stamina system based on the player feedback. First, players now earn double SLP and 50% more moon shards per victory at all ranks. Maximum stamina has gone from 60 to 30 to balance this. Half as many games required to make the maximum earnings in that sense. The new formula for calculating the stamina is 10 plus number of personal Axies. So you will need 20 personal Axies, which is the same, yeah. So you can now earn up to 30% Moonshard rewards without stamina, with 10% unlocked per Ronin Spirit. If you're using 3 NFT Axies, you can earn 30% of Moonshard rewards, while using 1 NFT Axie will earn you 10%. So you can earn 30% of rewards past your 30 matches. To reward the people that grind. So consistency is key. The daily logins are back for the first 7 days. So you got to log in every single day. So get on there and make sure you're logging in. We got a bunch of rank up rewards. A lot of stuff to be excited about. You get a emote once you get out of egg into chick. And once you get to challenger, big 2,500 moon shards to do some crafting. Season 3 players will earn rewards for ranking up. This gives you a chance to craft more runes and charms, which increases your leaderboard standing. Plus, you'll receive a special oops sticker if you become a level 4 chick. Animated stickers are here. The first 2 animated stickers are here. These are a surprise bonus for those of you who pushed yourself during the recent off-season leaderboard. It's all she wrote. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video.